Alright, we are back with our annual ComicCon News Roundup. Our New 52 episode, you might say. You see what I did there? Alright, lots to talk about here. As I did last year, we're going to break it up into two separate videos. One for TV news and one for movie news. How about we start off with our movie news? We got the epic Justice League trailer here that we've been waiting for. I have to admit, I kinda liked the first trailer better, but this one was extremely cool as well. It starts off with some kind of bank heist or something that gets foiled by Wonder Woman, and of course, that's a smart move starting the trailer with Wonder Woman, which is the DCEU's first bona fide commercial and critical success. I was a bit surprised that Wonder Woman just shrugs off getting pistol whipped like that. I mean, that seemed more like a Kryptonian level strength. Then we hear that the world is still mourning the death of the Superman. Now, I find it strange that's what they're calling him. The Superman. I mean, it's not like the Batman. It just sounds strange calling him the Superman. Very Nietzschean, I guess. Now, it sounds like they say Lex Luthor is in Arkham Asylum at this point, which would make sense. Ding, 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 ding. But anyway, looks like Commissioner Gordon is trying to summon Batman, and the news says he's been a no-show. Obviously, because he's been busy rounding up Flash and Aquaman. How Cyborg joins the team remains to be seen. We get introduced to Steppenwolf here. And he's not on no magic carpet ride either. And it looks like he lands on Paradise Island first and causes trouble for Diana's mom and the rest of the Amazons. The really exciting thing was Steppenwolf's line about Earth has no protectors. They have no lanterns. Obviously setting up the Green Lantern in his own upcoming movie. It does beg the question why no lanterns were assigned to our sector before now. Steppenwolf also says no Kryptonian, and it looks to me like Bruce Wayne is looking at a hologram of Supergirl. Now granted, these eyes could be deceiving me, but that doesn't look like Henry Cavill's calf to me. Although that would be pretty shocking to reveal such a big surprise in a trailer. Alfred has a great line about missing the days of exploding wind-up penguins, and I love that. I really want to see that movie. And the Flash is pretty funny as well, with his line about not being combat ready. I'm not really used to Flash being quite so green at the superhero gig, but then again, Grant Gustin was a pretty young Flash too. Cyborg gets some good shots too. The CGI looks considerably better. Apparently, he's getting to use one of Batman's many vehicles. Then Batman gets the line, Superman was a beacon to the world. He didn't just save people, he made them see the best parts of themselves. Now, I'm not too sure how well that was communicated during Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. It would have been nice if that was actually the case, but, I don't know. If anything, Wonder Woman might fit that description more. Aquaman gets some choice scenes here, and to be honest, I'm really looking forward to the Aquaman movie. Something I thought I'd never say. Not because I didn't like the character, but it seemed for so long there was no faith in an Aquaman film. How times have changed. Lots of great action scenes here, lots of combat, and I still really like the highly stylized look of the picture. J.K. Simmons, the guy can do no wrong. I just love him as Commissioner Gordon, and I really hope he gets a big role here, and in the subsequent Bat Family movies, especially Batgirl. And of course, Alfred gets the final scene. And we're left to wonder, is he talking to Superman? Maybe it's Supergirl? Maybe? So anyway, great trailer. All in, it says? Yes, I'm all in for Justice League, and I can't wait to see it. It looks great from all appearances, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, the Justice League panel was pretty cool. All the members looked really jazzed and excited to be there, including Ben Affleck, who always seems pretty reserved. But he addressed the recent rumors that his time as Batman was going to be brief by saying he was excited to be playing Batman and to be working with Batman director Matt Reeves. I guess he didn't actually address how long he intends to play the character, but it's comforting to know that he's all in for the foreseeable future at least. And apparently Ezra Miller's new Flash film will be a full-on adaptation of Flashpoint, which may explain why so many directors bailed. And the Shazam movie is slated to begin soon, without Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam. Not sure if he's still attached to a Black Adam solo film, but he's confirmed to be out of the Shazam film. Now, all that aside, I think I kinda like Marvel's offering a little bit better. It's the Thor Ragnarok second trailer. So it starts off with Thor recounting the events of the last trailer to Hulk. I like the way the Marvel Studios logo turns green to play up the Hulk's role in this film, and it's really awesome to see so much Hulk in this trailer. I love seeing Banner in a Duran Duran Rio shirt. Who gave it to him? The collector? I love me some Duran Duran, so that was a fun image. Thor tells Banner that they had a fight and he won easily, which is contrary to evidence, and funny as heck. And of course we have some more of Cate Blanchett as Hela, and she looks amazing. After Michael Keaton's Vulture and now Cate Blanchett's Hela, could Marvel be getting over the perceived stigma of having weak villains? I think it's a safe bet. We see Valkyrie in her new costume, which looks nothing like the comics, since SJW Marvel needs their female characters covered from head to toe, though Hemsworth gets the prerequisite shirtless scene, even in the trailer. Loki obviously joins up with Team Thor, so that should be interesting. That's kind of where we left him at the end of The Dark World. Again, a brief look at Karl Urban as the Executioner. He doesn't really do anything here, though. Lots of fun sci-fi action here, much like Thor the Dark World, actually, where we get lots of spaceships blasting and diving and so forth. We get the briefest glimpse of Heimdall, reminding us Idris Elba's still around and kicking. Still no Sif and the Warriors 3, though. I hope they didn't drop them entirely. Looks like we get a battle on the Bifrost, too, which looks cool. And Thor just lit up. I mean, that looks amazing. I guess you don't need the hammer now to create lightning. But that still wasn't the best part. Hulk talks! Oh yes! After nearly 10 years, they have my man Hulk talking, complete with Hulk speak. It took them long enough, but it's definitely worth the wait. And Hulk goes after Surtur at the end. Looks insane! So yeah, I really love this trailer, and I love the Thor movies a lot, which might seem odd since I never particularly was a big Thor reader as a kid, but I love the Thor movies. I love Hulk, who seems to be getting a great role here as well. You can kind of see where they finally let go of that Cro-Magnon brow on the Hulk too, which I never really felt was appropriate. I also kind of call into question on the Ragnarok panel, Mark Ruffalo said Hulk refuses to turn back to Banner for 2 years. Which I'm kind of not alright with. I mean, the Hulk has to sleep, doesn't he? Sleep is the absence of rage, isn't it? It's a minor quibble, but supposedly they're using this 2 years to explain Hulk's speech, even though Hulk has spoken quite well already. Looks like they also chose to forego involvement of Lou Ferrigno since he's obviously not providing Hulk's voice this time. I only hope they do Hulk justice. As an old-school Hulk fan, that's all I'm asking. And it looks like he's being fairly well represented here. There was some very cool Marvel panels as well, including one for the Black Panther. Director Ryan Coogler expressed his love for the character. The most interesting bit for me was learning about Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, who she described as a spy that protects Wakanda and reports on all the ongoings of the outside world. Kevin Feige appeared to make some cool casting news on the currently filming Ant Man and the Wasp. Former Catwoman Michelle Pfeiffer is joining the MCU as Janet Van Dyne. Though shouldn't it be Janet Pym since she was still married to Hank? Also in the cast are Hannah John Kamen, who will play the Ghost, which I imagine is one of the film's main antagonists, since the character is an old Iron Man villain. Also Walton Goggins as Sonny Birch, another villain. And over on the good guy side, Randall Park as Jimmy Woo, and this is the big one, quite literally, Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster, who fans may remember was Black Goliath in the comics, before settling on another of Pym's old aliases, Goliath. But this sounds really cool. We have the old guard with Hank, Janet, and Foster, coupled with a younger cast. Sounds like it's going to be great. Feige also dropped a little tease about the upcoming Captain Marvel film by showing some artwork of her in costume. And the all-important question, what will her hair look like? I'm pleased to say I'm satisfied with both. The costume is pretty much the safe choice I was expecting, but that's fine. I was less alright with the choice to set the film in the 90s. I don't see what that serves other than to exclude her from the modern MCU at large. He also mentioned Nick Fury, with both eyes intact, would appear. Presumably Sam Jackson would still be playing him. And that, surprise, surprise, the Skrulls would be the villains. I guess that's what Marvel gets for giving Fox the rights to the Legion and Gifted TV series. Speaking of Legion, the Season 2 panel was kind of uneventful, but showrunner Noah Hawley made news that he'll be developing a Doctor Doom solo film for Fox. Fox will just hold on to those FF characters with all their greedy might, won't they? This also comes on the heels of news of a new Fantastic Four reboot for Fox, yet again, only this time as a quote-unquote kids film, as told through the eyes of Franklin Richards. Quite frankly, I just wish they'd give the poor, tired FF a rest and simply work a deal with Marvel. Can't everyone play nice and everyone would be happy? I guess not. Also wanted to mention D23 happening over the past couple of weeks as well. An Infinity War teaser was released which got a rave reaction from all who've seen it, but it was sadly not released to the general public. Can't take the thunder away from Thor now, can we? The only Star Wars news to speak of came from D23 as well, where a brief behind-the-scenes clip was released of The Last Jedi. Looks like the cast is having lots of fun, and there was plenty of sets and creatures to get our interest piqued. Some of the more interesting things that stood out was Finn and Rose apparently going undercover as First Order agents, and Kylo Ren and Rey both taking on multiple attackers in rehearsal footage. Looks very exciting, and I imagine another full trailer isn't far off at this point. Well, that's all I have for you right now. I'll try to get the second half of my Comic-Con coverage up ASAP, but I'm in the process of moving right now, and as anyone can tell you, it's exhausting as well as time-consuming. Until next time, check out my comic and Twitter page in the links below. And as always, God bless you for tuning in. This is Johnnie Torch reminding you, no matter what, keep that flame burning brightly, and I'll be with you again real soon.